Greetings, fellow humans. This is Pat Callahan from All White Tukey. You're listening to another great podcast on the Four-Eyed Radio Network. Yeah.
Hi, this is Steve O'Mooney from the Four-Eyed Radio Network. Now, one of our great sponsors on our show is Amazon.com. Go to thesasquatch.net, click on the Amazon banner, and shop like you normally do. We'll get a little taste if you do. So yet again, check out thesasquatch.net and click on our Amazon.com banner. Thank you for your support. Hello and welcome to another episode of the Long Box Cast. We are at episode 30. That's right, we finally did it, kids. I don't know what happens at 30 because I am 30 now and it seems to be exactly the same as growing up, I guess. No one cares and everyone just goes, well, 30 is the new 20. And I'm like, you know what? Go fuck yourself. Anyways, on this episode of Long Box Cast, we have Kyle is going to break down one of the new footage that was actually leaked of the Avengers. Something with Captain America and Iron Man, which is pretty cool. Also, we have a fan. That's right, kids. We have a fan. His name is RJ. We're going to get to know him and see if he's going to continue listening or if he just wanted to get on one episode and be like, yeah, these guys don't know what they're talking about, which is fine with me because we've never had anybody call us out, finally. So anyways, we've got a lot of big news. Of course, there's a huge bunch of stuff that happened with the Marvel Universe, the movie universe to be exact, with a bunch of huge announcements. DC, you better start stepping up your game and giving us something to look forward to because right now we're just kind of like, all you got is Batfleck, and that's not really much right now. So anyways, without further ado, the 30th episode. Oh, also Kyle and I will talk about Comicare and one of the things you're doing. Which is pretty awesome as well. So without further ado, let's start the show up, kiddos, and strap on and slide down your bat poles and suit up and Green Lantern it on and all that great jazz. All right, kiddos, we are back for a brand new episode of the Long Box Cast. This is episode number 30. We are recording on November 2nd, and of course this is released on today's date of November 5th. Just like all great new comic book issues, we come out on Wednesdays. Also, don't forget, you can find our shows at www.4eyeradio.com, and if you want to learn how to, listen to these shows, we're on Spreaker, iTunes, Stitcher, Zune Marketplace, BlackBerry Podcast, Blueberry Podcast, Miro Guide, Double Twist, YouTube, Swell Radio, SoundCloud, and Player FM. Also, don't forget to check out one of our great sponsors is Raven Designs. Illustrates and designs that fit your personality. For samples and inquiry, visit ravencruise.com. Also, we're a proud supporter of Comicare. If you want to check out Comicare, go to comicare.org, and that should bring you right to their Facebook page. It's a non-profit organization that goes around to hospitals with donated comic books from you, and go right ahead, and you turn in your old comic books, and they go to children's hospitals to give them to them for to read while they're in the hospital. It's a great cause. Also, don't forget they're teamed up with the Arizona Avengers. One great guy over there, and he looks exactly like Tony Stark, is AZ Tony Stark. He also does an awesome Star-Lord. So go ahead and help out a great cause. Also, what's going on right now, they're doing a fundraiser. Now I know what you're thinking about fundraisers. Fundraisers. I give you money, and what do I get out of it? Well, this is actually one that not only gives back to the kids, which if you really are not fundraising and you're expecting to get something out of it, you're a selfish prick. I will just say that right off the bat. But Comicare, on the other hand, they go ahead, you donate $40 to their great cause, and you'll get this great kick-ass new teacher, which actually is designed by Raven Cruz. You get, I think there's only going to be 50 of them made. So get them while they supply last. $40 is actually a great cause. The shirt looks phenomenal. It's called, so go ahead and check that out, definitely. Kyle and I did already donate, and we should be getting our T-shirts hopefully soon. And then Kyle has an idea. He's all like, I got this great idea we're going to do with him. So keep an eye out for that great thing. Of course, I want to welcome Kyle.
What's up?
And RJ, our fan.
Yeah.
So, RJ, how long have you been listening?
I think I listened to the first episode Kyle was on, and then I've listened to a few since then. I know the one I made sure to listen to was when y'all interviewed Tom, a good friend of mine. Well, what the?
Oh, sorry,
okay,
that was me.
My computer's doing weird stuff. I've listened to a few here and there. There's only a couple podcasts I try to listen to, but y'all are a pretty good one, though.
Well, thank you very much, and I'm glad you're on the show. So, so I will ask this before we dive into what Kyle and I have been up to this week. Let's get a little background on RJ. So, RJ, how long have you been into comic books? And did you do a bunch of comic books when, like, you were younger, and then all of a sudden you like, oh, I got to get out of comic books because it isn't cool anymore? Or did you stick with it up until now?
Well, I've never really been comic books themselves. There were a couple comic book shops in my local area. They kind of closed down, did that kind of thing. But I've owned mostly Marvel and Transformer comics, and I guess you could say I'm a comic book fan because I know what happens, but I've never really read a lot of them.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool. So you're a big fan of Transformers, so I will ask you this. What are your opinions of the Michael Bay films?
Oh, let's see. The first one, amazing. The second one, it's good if you consider it a comedy film and has nothing to do with Transformers whatsoever. The third one was pretty balls-tastic in terms of explosions and CGI. The fourth one, I actually liked it. It's, since it's technically a reboot per se, long as hell, but it's good.
Very good, very good. Okay, cool. So, well, that's good. That's good. Yeah, I'm on the. Like I said, I like the first one, and then to me, I just feel like Michael Bay. Can you stop making movies?
Actually, I just read he turned down doing the fifth movie.
Oh, he turned down, or was it more of fans were like, you can't do this anymore?
No.
They offered to.
TFW had, I think, was it? Go ahead.
Oh, sorry.
Alright, fine.
Nah, he turned it down. They asked him, and he said no.
Well, no loss for me there, so.
Well, didn't he say that after the third one, and then he came back for 4?
Yeah, it is Michael Bay, though.
True.
It could be that Paramount and Hasbro haven't got a big enough check ready yet.
Yeah,
that could be true. But in the words that I always like to say when Michael Bay comes up, fuck Michael Bay. So, but okay, let's dive into some crazy stuff. Kyle, what have you been up to this week?
Nothing.
Did you get your Hulk action figure?
Oh yeah, I did. That's right. I gotta upload that picture to our Facebook page.
Yeah, Walmart had a deal going on right now. I guess if you buy that, you get like $10 off of like anything other, like Disney's Infinity.
Yeah, if you go to Walmart, you get a $5 gift card, and I got mine at Toys R Us because they had a 2 for $25 deal. So I got him and Jack Skellington from the first series.
Ooh, very nice, very creepy.
It was the Halloween spirit.
Did you get your case?
Yes, I got it, and it is amazing.
Is it everything you hoped it would be?
And more.
Is it better than marriage?
No comment. If I say something about this will be the first episode she does listen to, and then I'm screwed.
I'm just kidding. I just wanted to see if you were quick on your feet, which you were, so good for you, man. Good for you.
Yeah, no comment. But it comes with a lot of like props that could be fit into this briefcase from the previous movies. Like, you got paperwork and shield dossiers, and from like the Thor movie, you got Thor's hospital bracelet, and
cool.
They give you an extra set of Coulson's trading cards. So I'm like, oh, well, now I have 3 sets technically.
Oh yeah, that's right. Very cool.
It also comes with a disc with extra deleted scenes that are actually not on the actual movie discs themselves.
Oh.
Yeah. like, they filmed, like, okay, in the Avengers movie, remember that waitress chick that just seemed to be in every single scene, you don't know why?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They had a lot more deleted scenes with her in it.
Oh, okay, wow.
Yeah.
She must have been boning somebody on set.
Probably Joss Whedon.
You think? Oh, yeah. No, he's married.
Just because he's married doesn't mean he's gonna bone some chick.
Oh, now you just went backpedaling on your marriage stuff. Way to go, Kyle!
She doesn't listen to the show anyways,
Yeah,
okay?
but now she'll listen to it. I'll be like, oh, Kyle said a very nice thing about you on this week's podcast.
I love you, honey.
Good cover. So yeah, without further ado, let's jump into pretty much one of the biggest things, which is funny because our episode released that same day of last week, where
Yep.
Marvel decided to be a little like, hey, you like the Avengers trailer? Well, we got more news for you. So they dropped a shit ton, at least 7 movies that are going to be in the works, coming soon to over the couple of years. So there was an announcement of course, the next Thor movie, an actual title for Captain America 3, which is actually Captain America Civil War. They also now have, was it Doctor Strange?
Yep, Doctor Strange.
Which looks like they might have found their Doctor Strange. We all thought it was going to be Joaquin Phoenix, but it looks like he either fell off of the project or they did not want him. But it looks like Benedict Cumberbatch might actually be up for the role of Doctor Strange, unless other news is coming out or this is just a rumor. I will say this, not a fan of Doctor Strange, but if he's in it, I'll definitely watch it. I'm trying to think what else came out. Oh yeah, they mentioned a Captain Marvel movie, which I'm like, you guys are awesome if you're going to do, like, because everyone's talking about a Black Widow movie, which I'm pretty sure we're going to get, but they're actually going full with a actual female superhero movie now, so I'm like, definitely do that. Especially with the next announcement, which this is the first movie that I'm like, go ahead and split it up to as many parts as you want. They're going to be doing the third Avenger movie called Infinity War, and they're doing part 1 and part 2. So that's like the only, I hate, like, I always get on people's cases with books when they're always all like, this is the last book, we're going to split it up into 2 movies. I'm like, fuck you, don't you dare. It's just finish your saga, goddammit.
Did you get upset with the Twilight being separated into 2 movies?
I got upset that someone even decided to do Twilight.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah. But the other movies that they also announced was the Inhumans.
Yes.
And Black Panther.
Yes. And then apparently they already picked somebody to play Black Panther, and everyone says this is the smartest, like great pick for this, the person to play.
Mm-hmm. And they also said Black Panther will be in the Civil War movie.
Yes, there have been all these other talks that are coming out with the Civil War. So I'm curious though, Captain America doing Civil War, because even Tony Stark is going to be in that movie as well. How is this going to transfer over to them when they get to the Infinity War? Infinity War. I did say this as well. No one answered the question, so we'll just go ahead and say it today, and then next week we'll get the answers. But with the next upcoming Avengers movies, what Avengers would you like to see in this movie? So that's going to be our question of the week next week. Go ahead, even if you want to pick out an entire new Avengers team, like what Avengers teams you would like to see, necessarily has to have Captain America, Iron Man, and all that great stuff. So right off the bat, Marvel within the last 2 weeks has just been knocking it out of the park with all their information. So I will say this for everybody. So which one of these movies are you really looking forward to?
RJ, you want to go first?
Yeah, I'll just go ahead and say Captain America Civil War, because the first Captain, pretty cool. Winter Soldier was probably, if it wasn't for Guardians of the Galaxy being out this year as well, it'd probably be my most favorite movie of the year. And I'm just a Captain America fan all over. So that, and with Tony going to be in it to have the whole, secret identities, tell them not whatever type thing, that'll be a cool storyline. And since Black Panther's going to be in it, isn't it Spider-Man that everybody's worried about because he was a part of the Civil War?
Yep.
Yeah, we did have, I guess there's been talks with Sony and Marvel Studios where I think Sony might be like, we'll give you Spider-Man for, I don't know which movie, to be in it, and they'll get like a percentage of like the gross, which that's to me is a no-brainer. I really think Fox should do the same thing with Wolverine, because Hugh Jackman even said he would like to be in Avengers movies. So it's just kind of, I just think it's kind of dumb that movie studios are like, oh no, we got to keep the character. I'm all like, you know what? Look, you saw how much Guardians of the Galaxy made, okay? You saw how much Avengers made. You know, you see how much all these. I'm like, and you're gonna get a percentage of that just for letting the character you own to be in the movie. Like, you don't even have to put any money. I'm guaranteed they're gonna pay you money up front, and then you're gonna get a percentage of the gross of that movie. So it's like, to me, just a no-brainer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But see, I think it was on Twitter, somebody said something about it. What if, since Sony has Spider-Man and Disney doesn't want to pay the money or whatever to get Spidey, they have Black Panther take Spidey's place in the Civil War storyline?
Oh, they could do that.
Interesting.
That's not really a thought I had. I can't remember who said that on Twitter, but that, and then Captain Marvel will probably be a pretty cool movie overall. And then the Avengers 2 parts. That will probably be the most amazing movie ever.
Yeah, now I will say this with Captain Marvel, we'll probably discuss, like, who do you guys think should play Captain Marvel?
I don't even know where to even start thinking about that.
I'm just going to say it. It's all on our minds. I know everybody's kind of scared not to say it, but who's going to nail that character better than everybody? It's going to be Megan Fox. Come on.
Oh, no.
How
about that?
Hell no.
I'm kidding. Of course not.
How about the blonde-haired chick that replaced her in Transformers 3?
Oh, Rosie Huntington-Whiteley?
Yeah, I don't know if we want to do that, though, because then Jason Statham will be like, I want to be in a Marvel's movie.
Yeah.
Well, we could get, I would say Jennifer Lawrence, but she's busy being Mystique in X-Men.
Oh, my God, she would be good.
Trying to think of, I can't think, because the only actress I like is Scarlett Johansson, and she's friggin' Black Widow amazing.
Yeah.
What about, I'm gonna butcher her last name because I can never say it right. Olivia Wilde?
Oh, Olivia, I was just thinking about her too. Yeah, Olivia Wilde, she could be good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
that's what I'm thinking.
That would be pretty good. So what about you, Kyle? What one of these Marvel movies you're anticipating for?
Alright, I'm probably the only one anticipating this. It's gonna be Thor Ragnarok.
Oh, really? It comes out 2 days before my birthday too, so.
Oh, nice. Well, the only reason I'm looking forward to it is because this is where everything in Asgard pretty much dies. Thor's gonna die in this movie. People don't seem to realize this.
So do you think they're also playing this, because they even said the same thing with the Captain America movie, like this is all leading up to probably Captain America getting killed with the Civil War events and then the Infinity Wars. Now, do you think this is also going to be their transition where they're going to kill off Thor, which is going to suck because I do like Chris Hemsworth playing Thor, but are they going to try to bring it back and make it the female Thor afterwards?
I don't know, maybe, but I mean, from the Thor Ragnarok comic, there's like these awesome scenes where you see like this cloud of arrows just fly down and attack everyone in Asgard, and you just see like the Warriors 3 and Lady Sif die, and Loki dies, and then it's all like comes down to Thor, and then Beta Ray Bill shows up and comes to help, and then Thor's like, no, I don't want your help, and like kicks him off Asgard, and then Tony and Cap show up to help Thor, and he's like, no, I don't want your guys' help either, kicks them off Asgard, and then it just comes down to Thor, and then he dies, saving everything.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, that would be pretty. That would be pretty awesome, though. It's like, as much as I really hate when they have to kill off these comic book characters, especially people who've actually been playing them and actually do like playing these characters, and it's just like, oh, I'm getting a paycheck. Like, they're, a lot of these people are passionate about it, which I like. So that would be kind of sad, to see Thor die. Then that's twice he gets killed off, because he was killed off in Star Trek as Kirk's father, and then he gets killed off in Thor.
Yeah, but let's see. I mean, another thing I'm really looking forward to is Infinity War, obviously, because, that's just going to be the Avengers, Guardians of the Galaxy, pretty much everything that they've been doing. I wouldn't even be surprised if they brought in the Netflix superheroes, Daredevil, Luke Cage, Jessica Jones, and Iron Fist, and bring them into that. It's just going to be, heck, I wouldn't even be surprised if they brought in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. for that.
I would be down for that.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. That's like going to be one of the biggest casts in that movie.
Yeah.
And that's what, and I'm loving how it's not going to be like so many years apart. It's literally like like part 1 is 2018 and then part 2 is 2019. So they're doing like the Hugh Jackman where they're filming them back to back, which I'm like, thank you. That's going to be awesome.
Yeah, it's literally 1 year apart from each other. The first one comes out May 4th and the second one comes out May 3rd.
Yeah, so it's going to be awesome. So, and then of course, my movie that I'm definitely going to be very excited for, as much as I love Civil War and I love Avengers, it's definitely going to be Guardians of the Galaxy 2. I'm looking forward to that. I don't know what they're planning. I don't know if they're going to be going after more, trying to get the Infinity Stones, because it looks like they're going to, because I'm guessing if this comes out the 17th, 2017, they're probably going to lead it up to going towards the, the Avengers Infinity War then.
Mm-hmm. Well, here's the thing. We've already been introduced to 4 out of the 5 Infinity Stones. You got the Tesseract, which is on Asgard.
Mm-hmm.
You have the Ether that was in Thor 2, which got placed with the Collector, which his collection has now been exploded, so we don't know what the status of that is.
Oh, I know. Howard the Duck got a hold of it.
Yeah.
Actually, I really hope he did.
Nice.
I really want, now after seeing that, I'm like, I really want a Howard the Duck movie again.
Yeah. And then the third one, which Loki's staff, Hydra, has.
Mm-hmm.
And then the final one we know is in the Nova Corps vault.
Yes.
So that leaves one left. And I kind of want to say it's going to be in the Doctor Strange movie.
I guarantee it's probably going to be, because that's going to come out, November... November was, it looks like the 1st or 9th of 2016.
Yeah. Because, what was it? The Mind Gem was Loki's staff. The Power Gem was in Guardians. The Reality was in Thor the Dark World. The Space Gem was in Avengers and Captain America and all that other stuff. And all that leaves is the Soul Gem, which fits Doctor Strange perfectly.
Yeah, plus with the introduction of Scarlet Witch coming in the Avengers, where they're actually going to be like incorporating kind of like the magic into the Marvel world. Doctor Strange, I know, will be a really good push for that, to get more of that kind of supernatural aspect with it. And of course, that will probably be also leading into, the Inhumans and all that kind of stuff. So.
Yeah, and then I could see probably like the very final scene for Thor Ragnarok. You just see like the ruins of Asgard, and then you see Thanos walking just over all the ruins, going into the vault where his Infinity Gauntlet is, along with the Tesseract, and he's like 1 down, 4 more to go.
Yeah, that'd be really cool, because obviously they've already picked the perfect person to play Thanos. He did a phenomenal job in Guardians of the Galaxy, so that's going to be pretty awesome. So yeah, so Marvel hit with a bunch of big news this week, and it's just they're just doing it right, and obviously also with their TV series they're doing right as well. So one story I did find that it's not in the show notes, but I did post it on the Facebook page. I thought was amusing, is the Age of Ultron trailer gets a Pee Wee Herman voiceover.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
So of course, Paul Rubin has been guest starring on The Blacklist with James Spader, who's the voice of Ultron. So that was pretty funny. So if you haven't checked that out, I highly recommend it, because it's just Pee Wee Herman, doing his like, as you can see, there's no strings on me. Ah!
Yeah. I left a comment saying we should do a Bill Cosby one.
Oh, Bill. Okay, then I'll do that for next week. I'll go ahead and get the words down, and then we'll put that together, and that should be pretty amusing. So anyways, we put a pin in it last week. This is all a bunch of, I don't know if it's news, rumors, or anything like that, but there was a bunch of stories that we touched upon a little bit last week. We put a pin in it so we can get going. So more like a bunch of stuff for the summer is going to be coming out, which we talked about, but then there's also there's a story that apparently with the Sinister Six movie, they might be recasting Andrew Garfield. They might be recasting that Spider-Man with a new Spider-Man. Now, I don't know if this is the fact that probably right after the DVD Blu-ray release of Amazing Spider-Man, Andrew Garfield came out saying that it was Sony's fault that the movie did so bad.
Now, I don't see them doing this. Why reboot something that is actually good? Just because someone badmouths something. I mean, I love Andrew Garfield. He's perfect for Spider-Man. There's no going around that. And I read the article. I mean, I just don't see him doing that. I mean, yeah, I got nothing else besides I just don't see him doing it.
Yeah, it was just weird because, like, yeah, it looks like after fans criticized, and I'm like, okay, fans criticize everything. I mean, this is the weirdest thing. I was actually having a discussion, and you guys can either agree with this or give your own views on this. But back in the day, when you were a nerd, and if you could find other people who were like you, it was a good community thing now. But now, since being like a nerd and a geek is cool, there's like so much like anger between the groups. Like you could be having a conversation with people about comic books, and then as soon as someone's all like, "Oh, do you watch Doctor Who?" and you're like, "Oh no, I haven't watched it," they like turn on you like no other, like a badger that's been starved for like 3 days, and just fucking like, "You don't like Doctor, you're not a nerd." Like so much hatred, and the same thing's happening now with the gaming community too, where there's just so much like hate against stuff. Like even before games come out or anything like that, or they're like, oh, this, or like people would just be like they like to throw their like really horrible opinions out, and they're not really like giving the like Evolve, the beta's out for Evolve, and I just heard that. Hold on a sec. Yeah, that was me. Apologize, people. I hate ads. Ads need to go away. But yeah, it's that whole weird dynamic where there's just so much hatred for stuff, where people just like yell at each other. So I don't know. Like I'm looking at the movie studios going like, okay, yeah, we're gonna be your fan base, but I hate to break it to you, as much as we're gonna bitch and complain about movies, most of these people, we're still gonna go see it.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah.
Now,
I'd say if there's any fandom that I've experienced that people can bitch and moan and complain about, it's, Kyle, you can probably back me up on this, Power Ranger fandom.
Yep.
Yeah, those, I mean, I'm wholeheartedly a Power Ranger fan, but some people, woof.
Yeah.
Like way too overboard, or just way too, I hate Power Rangers for whatever reason.
No, it's just people go overboard with certain characters, certain actors, certain shows, just crazy sometimes.
Okay,
yeah.
Now since you, both of you guys are Power Rangers guys, I saw a Halloween costume, and I just want to verify this. When I saw it, I was all like, are they pirates now?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, I just saw
the show will never explain it, but yeah, they are.
Oh, they're not even. Oh, wow, that's pretty ballsy. Yeah, we're fucking pirates. Deal with it. Go Power Rangers. Okay, I just want to make sure. I just wasn't sure if it was like a really bad knockoff costume of some sort. I'm all like, when did they become pirates? I'm fine with pirates, but it's just strange. Like, no, like I was a huge Power Rangers fan. I think like really back in the day, and then I forget when I jumped off the wagon, and then it wasn't just recently until I found out. I'm like, wow, this series is still going. So, and I didn't realize how big the community was. So, it's like, you know, like, obviously I'm not into it now, but I'm really not going to be all like, oh, fucking Power Rangers, we listen to Power Rangers, you know. I'm like, to me, I'm the kind of person that I'm like, whatever you're into, that's fine. Just be cool with everybody else if they're into something different.
Yeah.
Let's see, I'm trying to remember what else. They also said something about, looks like they have the first kind of concept artwork of the Sinister Six. First little look of some of the what they might be coming up with. Now it looks like they showed the Vulture on one of these things. We already seen the Rhino. Let's see what else. I think that was it. Or is it all movie? Oh, I think it's a video. I thought they were just going to show us the thing, but yeah, they're showing some concepts in the back. So it looks like Dr. Octopus, of course. If you watch the end of the Spider-Man movie. It showed all the different gadgets and stuff like that. So it really looks like it's like everything's coming from Oscorp, which is kind of weird. But hopefully the one rumor is still true if they're bringing Doc Ock back. If the previous actor who played Dr. Octopus said he would like to come back and play him again, I say Sony, go ahead and do that. So I can't.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I can't really think of anybody else who could play that character. So.
Yeah, I agree. He was perfect.
Unless
You
somebody
talking about the guy in the Rami trilogy, Spider-Man?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, he'd be cool.
So what other news do we got going on, Kyle?
Let's see. Marvel's is adding more titles to their summer 2015 because we've previously talked about the Civil War and everything else that they announced. Civil War, House of M, and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Well, now apparently they're saying Avengers vs. X-Men is going to be coming back, and it has something to do with their Secret Wars because it's starting to sound like they're going to be dealing with alternate realities, time travel, and just different things with the space-time continuum and whatnot. Because let's see, so far they've announced Civil War,
Mm-hmm.
Age of Ultron versus Marvel Zombies,
Ooh.
which is probably just going to be the universe where Ultron is taken over versus the Marvel Zombies universe, and whichever one wins is the victor. So it should be interesting. My money's on Ultron because he can't turn into a zombie.
Yeah, he can't turn into a zombie. They have no really way to eat him or anything like that. So it's just like he's kind of got an edge.
Mm-hmm. Another one is X-Men Years of Future Past, which I
Ooh.
believe is a sequel to Days of Future Past.
Very cool.
Planet Hulk, Armor Wars, House of M, Infinity Gauntlet, Old Man Logan, which was one of my favorite miniseries, Age of Apocalypse, Future Imperfect, Spider-Man's Marriage, Inhumans, Attilan Rising, and The End of the Ultimate Universe. It's all somehow connected.
I agree. Not only is Marvel building their Phase 3 movies and everything like that, but they're really doing well with their comic books now, where they're just so I think 2015 is going to be a pretty big year for Marvel that year. As much as I really would like DC to, get somewhere, we are going to get finally the Batman v Superman movie, but again, I mean, everything I've seen of it looks good. We just have not heard Ben Affleck speak as Batman yet, so that's pretty much good because everybody's used to the Christian Bale thing. There was also a story that they wanted to tap Christopher Nolan again to try to direct either the reboot Batman movies and or the Justice League movie. I don't know if he'll jump on board with that, but But yeah, so Marvel's got some big shit in the works and stuff like that. RJ, do you watch any of the superhero TV shows that are out right now, comic book base?
Oh, heck yes. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., I have to say, is my number one because Coulson's awesome in every Marvel movie he's been in, and the show kinda makes you think it's not in the same universe, but it's a cool show on its own, especially now that we have Mockingbird added to it. The last couple episodes have just been amazing. And then Arrow and Flash are just two awesome shows to begin with.
Very cool, very cool. So what we like to do now Kyle and I came up with a thing just a couple of weeks ago where we'll talk about shows that have premiered. We'll talk about them and then give us the rundown of what we like, where the series is going. Do we think, this might be where I jump off the series or I'm going to stick with it, kind of thing. And also then during the summer we usually talk about the movies, like which was really good, which was really bad, and all that kind of stuff. So right now we're going to jump into the movie, the TV aspect of the show. So everyone's caught up on, is everyone watching Gotham?
I'm still one episode behind, but honestly, I'm starting to not care about Gotham anymore, so...
Oh, Kyle, no, dude.
Yeah, I'm with Kyle. I don't think I've seen this week's episode, but...
It's falling for me. I'm kind of like, okay...
I will say this.
This is the Batman universe. He's Batman. Stop it.
I know you guys want to jump off, but just at least watch this episode because it's the first one that they ended it, and I was like, oh no, you can't end it there. So
okay.
a big huge twist happened. Now if you do watch it and you don't like it, that's fine. I'm not gonna be like one of you gotta stick with it, but I would say this is probably like the best one they've had so far, their episode.
Okay.
So at least watch the latest one that happened. If you want to jump off afterwards, that's fine, because this is what Kyle and I were talking about. Is like which shows we're going to stick with and which shows are we're not going to stick with. So, but yeah, Gotham had a really cool. It actually was a really good story. I really enjoyed it. Had a really cool twist at the end, and then just how it ended, because a bunch of shit pretty much hits the fan, and you're just like, oh no. So, I will say this: watch out for fucking Cobblepot. He's got some shit going on. Okay, so Kyle's and you guys obviously watch Arrow, so you guys can talk about that. Arrow, to me, is probably what you guys feel about Gotham, where I've been trying to force myself to watch it, but I just can't get into it.
Yeah, it hasn't picked up yet. I'm still waiting for it. It's coming soon. They finally just revealed Ra's al Ghul.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Did they pick a good guy to play him, or they just spoke about him?
They showed him. He looks pretty good, but we'll see how he really does.
Very cool, very cool.
That reminds me, I have not seen this week's episode because he did premiere. I just remembered that. Work's kind of had me funky this week, but I'm still upset that we didn't get Liam Neeson back because he expressed interest in wanting to be Ra's al Ghul again.
Yeah, that would have been awesome to have him back.
Yeah, I would have been totally done with that, especially totally off topic, but I did finally see the Lego movie. And him playing, was it like good cop, bad cop character was freaking hilarious.
Yeah.
Yeah, highly recommend that though. The Lego movie. Have not seen it. Go ahead and watch it. Like, I literally thought Guardians of the Galaxy was my favorite movie this year, and now that one came out, and then I finally saw that one. I'm all like, this is really difficult for me right now.
They're making a Lego Batman movie, right?
Yes, they're doing a sequel to Lego movie, and then they're doing a spin-off Batman one. So I'm very excited. Hopefully they do bring back Will Arnett to be Batman. I thought he did a funny job in that one. Also, I think it would be cool if you also tap Adam West to play like a character as well.
Yeah, get like all the previous Batmans, some type of voice or something.
Oh my, actually that would be perfect to do, is get anybody who's voiced Batman, and then you can literally set the Legos up, like looking like those Batmans, so you could have the blue and the gray, and it'll be Adam West, you could have the full black Michael Keaton, then you can do like kind of like an armor looking one for Christian Bale, the Will Arnett one, and then you can even do the black and the gray and have it Kevin Conroy. That'd be hilarious.
Still need one with bat nipples for George Clooney.
Do we really want to bring George Clooney? I don't consider him Batman or Kevin Costner.
You gotta do them all. You got even the animated ones. Get Batman Beyond Batman. Just do it all.
Terry McGinnis. I did like that series though. I really like that series.
Yeah, that's the only Batman I like. So.
But yeah, that's some good stuff. So my favorite episode though came out this week, and I almost jumped ship off of the previous episode, but then they brought in one of my favorite characters in The Flash, Captain Cold.
Yes.
And
that was such a good episode.
It was a really good episode, and I like how it ended. It's kind of building up for the Rogues Gallery. So I'm really excited about that. I know my parents are done with Flash now. They were just like,
really?
Yeah, we can't watch this anymore. They're like, we like everybody in the episode, in the show, except for the guy who plays Barry Allen, so.
Huh. Now my uncle finally just got on because they added it to On Demand or whatever, and he sent me a text message saying, "So watching episode 4 of The Flash with the family. Felicity Smoke shows up in that dress, and your aunt goes and says, 'What is she wearing?' And he said, 'The hottest thing ever.'"
Oh, creepy uncle.
See, that is what got me about this episode was they had every single chance to remind us that Felicity was a character from Arrow, and they took it.
Yep.
Yeah, that was a big thing. Like, oh yeah, I know so and so. Yeah, I work with the Arrow. It's like, yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
But other than that, I would say the guy, which is funny because the guy who played, he was on Prison Break, which I've never seen, playing Captain Cold, and I think he did a phenomenal fucking job. I also like the reference they made where his father's in jail. So I thought that was really cool.
And they, I think I read that the guy who's playing Heatwave was also from Prison Break too. So.
Dude, if it's gonna be the guy who played his brother, that'd be hilarious.
Yeah, so you got those two, and then I still can't wait to see Mirror Master.
Yeah, I've been waiting for that too. I really want to see that, how that's going to go down. Of course, also there's still all that crazy stuff with the not handicapped doctor guy, where I have a theory that he's probably the Reverse Flash.
Oh, he's definitely the Reverse Flash, but I kind of like my theory of he's Bart Allen.
No, yeah, like I really like that theory, but then it's also like he just kills that guy, and you're kind of like, well, is he a dark one?
Yeah, and then he's like getting all like pissed off at Cisco, and you're like, oh, Poor Cisco. He made a mistake. Can you really blame him?
Well, think about it. Like, I mean, obviously it does point to the allude that he's probably is the Reverse Flash just for that episode because he was like, well, I built it just in case we had to stop, Barry Allen. Then he's like, well, I don't need a fucking weapon that can stop me as well, kind of thing. But yeah, I'm really excited to see when that's going to show up because there was leaks of already pictures of the Reverse Flash costume, him and like Barry kind of fighting, and I like the costume. I'm glad they went with yellow like it's supposed to be, not like in the original Flash series where they did blue, which was weird.
And I think next episode or the one today, if you're listening to this now, the villain's supposed to be Plastique.
So that should be good. I'm trying to think what else.
She's another villain from
the Flash universe.
Yeah. We still got to see Trickster.
Yes.
Yeah, Trickster should be fun. Heatwave, Mirror Master. And then eventually I wouldn't be surprised if they start bringing in other people's villains. Like bring in Copperhead and...
Ooh, yeah.
Bring in, I don't know, maybe like some of Batman's villains, because that's what Arrow's doing, stealing some of Batman's villains.
Yeah, which I'm still mad about.
Or steal some of Superman's villains.
Oh yeah, that was also leaked too. They finally leaked a picture of, I forget his name, but the guy's going to be playing Lex Luthor.
Oh, was it Jesse Eisenberg or something?
Yeah, Jesse Eisenberg. They got him. He's bald, and he looks pretty good, so I know as much as people were really kind of pissed off about it, I'm like, you know what, I like to see what this is going to be like. I really don't like, the only movie I liked him in, was pretty much Zombieland, and then, because that was the first thing I saw him in, and then afterwards I'm like, oh, you're just the same character in every movie. So
Well, did you see him in, Now You See Me?
No, I haven't seen that.
Yeah. Watch Now You See Me. He gets a little bit of a Lex Luthor vibe in there, so.
Ooh, okay. So if he can bring it, then I'll be excited, because so far my favorite Lex Luthor was actually Kevin Spacey, even though I hated that movie, Superman Returns, but I'm like, he knows what he's doing with this character, so.
I like the Lex Luthor from Smallville.
Wait, the guy playing Lex in Bats vs. Soup is the guy who played the kid from Zombieland.
Yes.
Yes, and the guy who created Facebook.
Okay, I'm somewhat excited for this movie now, but that's like 1% more than the 5% I was before.
No, this movie, it's like, as much as I would like it to be really good, it still has this stuff where it's like, I don't know if you guys are going to overload us with too much shit, because, I mean, there's so many cameos now in that movie that are going to happen.
Yeah,
and then the whole
that's
thing...
That's what's worrying me about, was it Dawn of Justice is the title?
Yes.
Okay, that's what's worrying. They're trying to do an Avengers-level movie without doing everything before Avengers.
Yeah, that's how I'm kind of like, you guys, I understand you're putting your two heavy hitters, like, in a movie together, which is fine, which is phenomenal, because this will be the first time in our lifetime that we get to see Batman, Superman in, like, a film together on the big screen. So I'm like...
They were together in the Lego movie.
Okay, I will say this. Superman in the Lego movie, he's a dick.
Poor Green Lantern.
Yeah, Green Lantern. I just love the one part where he's just in the thing, and he's all like, oh man, and he's like, hey buddy, looks like we're roommates. And he just says, anybody have any kryptonite? Anybody, please. Yeah, but we'll see what happens. I mean, yeah, they're trying to do that kind of a level scale movie, without really, because, people are like, I know Batman, I know Superman, but then you're going to introduce a bunch of characters that no one really knows unless you're like, you've been reading comics, watching TV shows, a little bit of all these different, people. So, we'll see that's why Marvel had to do what they did, because they're like, okay, not too many people know these characters, so let's give them their own movie, and then when you throw them in a movie together, everyone's like, oh, we don't need to worry about a backstory. We know it. Boom.
Yeah.
I will say this. Everyone caught up on Walking Dead?
Yes.
I kind of fell out of it.
Okay. Well, I will say this. I love that episode that just happened with Terminus coming back, and I think Rick did the greatest thing ever.
Yes, he did.
Where he's just
that was awesome.
He was going to shoot the guy, and the guy's all like trying to beg for his life. He's like, I won't bother you again. And then Rick's just all like, you won't bother me again, but will you probably do this to other people. But I did make a promise to you, and you just see the machete, and I'm like, oh my god, is he going? And he just like hacked the fuck out of that guy. And I wasn't,
Yeah.
and I didn't even feel bad. I didn't even was like, I don't care. Everyone thinks Rick went off the handle. I'm like, Rick was right. Rick wanted to go back and finish the job, and everyone's like, no, we're good. Nothing's gonna happen. And then the motherfuckers came back. Of course, we did lose Bob.
Yes, we lost Bob.
I did think Bob did the greatest thing though after they ate his leg, and he was all like, "You ate tainted meat," and he like shows his wound, and he's just laughing like a madman. And I'm like, "Yeah, if you're going out swinging, Bob."
All right, so I'm gonna steal a joke from Talking Dead.
Mhm.
They were definitely eating Bob's burgers.
Nicely done. Nicely
I
done.
have to give props to Talking Dead, Chris Hardwick, and all that. So.
That was good. But yeah, so well, hopefully we keep having Psycho Rick on Walking Dead. I like Psycho Rick.
Yeah. Who do you think was in the bushes when at the very end?
I know a lot of people saying that now. I don't know if everyone thinks it's Carol or if it's what's her face Beth. Or it could be I keep forgetting his name, but the one guy who showed up at the end of like the first episode.
That's what I'm thinking, because why would he just go out and say, all right, you can come on out to Carol or Beth? That makes no sense. My guess is they saw Michonne hiding out there, and the guy's like, look, she knows me, she thinks I'm psycho, crazy, or whatever. I need you to just make sure everything's okay before I go out there, because she might kill me.
Yeah.
So, that's my theory.
Yeah, that would be a good theory, and then you get the whole backstory of what happened. Then it's like, then is Carol dead? Is Carol missing? What happened to Beth? All that kind of stuff.
Well,
so that should be.
Yeah, we'll find out tonight.
Yeah, no, we found out on Sunday.
Oh, right, yes.
Wink.
Yes.
Yeah, they already know. We're behind on that. But yeah, it's still good. I have not caught up on Constantine, so I'll have to watch the second episode to see if I'm going to stick with this series or if I'm going to drop
I still
off.
gotta watch that too, so.
So, and I'm trying to think what else. Of course, we won't have any. Oh yeah, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Let you guys have at it.
Yeah, that was a good episode. You got to see more action with Mockingbird and Agent May.
Oh yeah, that was awesome. I do like the dynamic they've got right now between Hunter and Mockingbird. That's pretty fun.
Yeah, I'm hoping I'm hoping for like some type of like Jeremy Renner, they bring him on or something as Hawkeye, and you start seeing a relationship between Hawkeye and Mockingbird. That would just like seal the deal for me, and I will be set for life.
Yeah. See, I've been on board with Adrian I can't say her last name to save my life, but I've been on board with her as Mockingbird since they announced her casting, because I loved her on Friday Night Lights as Tyra Collette, and Mockingbird's kind of a southern. Like in the comics, where's she from?
I don't know.
They made the reference in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.'s episode. She's a southern girl type thing, and
yeah.
You know my Twitter, Anime Redneck. I love South stuff and comics type stuff, so that's just freaking awesome. So, and any time they've made the joke of her and Hunter used to be married, that whole, as I mentioned already, the dynamic they have going on is just hilarious.
Definitely. Let's see, there actually won't be any new episodes of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. this week, because they're doing their Marvel pulp to pop fiction. So that actually should be pretty interesting. Can't wait for that.
Very cool.
That should be fun.
Cool.
It starts at the same time Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. does, right?
Yeah, I think so. 9 o'clock on ABC.
Okay, good. So I can still watch Flash. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think what else. And then of course we got, it hasn't started yet, but it will kick on in January, is Agent Carter.
Yep. We saw another trailer for that, so.
Which I have a feeling that's probably going to lead into some stuff, not only with Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., but it'll probably also lead into the next, the Captain America movie. But yeah.
And after Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., they showed the trailer for Age of Ultron, but they added something new, so this way ABC still had something to show for viewerships. They showed the Comic-Con scene where everyone's trying to lift Thor's hammer.
Yes.
Yeah, that was hysterical.
And of
That
course,
was I've rewatched that clip so many times. It is awesome.
And of course, we got to see. It looks like War Machine is added to the list. That will be in the movie, which will be super exciting. Right now, which is actually pretty good of them. Not only did they give us that, but it's like nothing has been leaked yet of Vision, really.
No, they haven't. And I'm actually kind of glad because I want to be surprised when I see the movie.
Mm-hmm.
As much as I love being a nerd and finding everything out before the movie airs, I still like to be surprised by some things that are in the movie before they actually come out.
No, yeah, and they actually, I think with this trailer, even, it's like we kind of know what's going to happen with Age of Ultron if you're a big comic book fan, you read the stuff, or even if you saw that one cartoon show, which I think is still on Netflix, but only went for 2 seasons, Avengers Assemble. They had a really good storyline in there with Ultron as well. But I even watching the trailer right now, I still have no idea where the movie's going to be going. And how it gets to what, so it's kind of good that they just gave us that and we're like, okay, like, I mean, granted, I'm still gonna, see the movie, but it's kind of cool, nice to still, like, not watching the movie going like, how is this gonna end? Kind of thing, so.
Yeah. I'm trying to think. Yeah. We also got that, Avengers Age of Ultron exclusive Marvel event clip that, came out.
Yes. Do you wanna break that down for us?
Yeah, sure thing. It basically starts off with, you just see Captain America just chopping some wood. Not a metaphor, he's literally chopping logs of wood. It kind of looks like they all went into hiding from Ultron or something because, well, they're like in like a cabin out in the woods or whatever, just secluded away from technology, so this way Ultron can't find them. Tony Stark comes up to Captain America, and they're all like, they're trying to find out, and one of them says, do you know where Thor went? Or any idea what happened to Thor? Because it sounds like Thor's gone AWOL. He probably went to Asgard to find something or another. Because they say that, what did he say? They said something about what the Maximoff kids showed them. So it kind of sounds like Scarlet Witch showed everyone like a future or something. And, he probably showed Thor, Asgard falling, and Ragnarok, and probably also showed Loki being his Odin.
Mm-hmm.
So that's probably why Thor left. That's my theory. They also said something about Cap was the only one who didn't see something decidedly dark in the future, and that kind of scares Tony because he's like, I don't trust someone who doesn't have a dark side.
Mm-hmm.
And Captain America is like, I don't really trust you either. And then you see him literally rip a log in half with his bare hands.
Mm.
Yeah, which was like just hysterical. And then they kind of just look at each other and they're like, yeah, you just get the feeling they don't trust each other. And it's just basically the battle lines for Civil War are starting to be drawn.
Yeah, it's just really, really cool. So that's gonna be, and my opinion, if he doesn't have there's nothing for Captain America, is most likely the fact that he does get assassinated. So.
Yeah, so we'll see how well that goes. So I'm trying to think. What else? Is there anything else?
I think that about covers us this week. It was a lot of Marvel news, not too much stuff coming from DC. I mean, the only thing that's big that's DC coming out sometime this month in November is going to be the Lego Batman 3 game, Beyond Gotham, which looks really good. A lot of great voice casting in that, and a lot of surprise hidden characters. I think Jim Lee, the artist, is a character in it as well.
Nice.
There's a few
I know
other
Kevin
people.
Smith is a character in there too.
Yeah, Kevin Smith will be a character. Actually, one of my favorite characters, just from the Warner Brother Looney Tunes cartoons, will be in it. Daffy Duck as a Green Lantern, which I thought was hilarious.
Nice.
So that should be good. But before we head out and we let everyone know and stuff like that, RJ, do you have any Twitters, Facebook, or any projects that you work on that you would like people to follow you?
If you want to talk Power Rangers, anything like that, you can always find me over at tokunation.com, uchihabro77. Any other social media type thing, you can find me at that name. But on Twitter, I'm known as the Anime Redneck 96. Pretty much talk to anybody who will listen to me. But I do have a Toku Tuesday over at justusgeeks.com. I post a weekly article of anything tokusatsu related. Rangers, Sentai, Rider, whatever.
Very nice. And Kyle, where if people are looking for you on the interwebs, where do they go besides Google?
Well, you can find me on soaponarope.com, and you can also find me on Twitter at Deadpool_Ranger, and you can also find me on Instagram at KSDesign009.
Very cool. Of course, you can find me at Stephen Mooney Jr. on the Twitters, at S Mooney Jr. on the Instagram. Also, don't forget to go over to our Facebook page and give us a like. That's going to be Facebook.com/LongboxCast. Of course, we do have a contest going on. We also have us on Twitter at LongboxCast. And that contest, Kyle, if we get to 100 likes, we're going to post 3 questions, and 3 lucky people, fans of the page, can win some comic books you picked up a couple weeks back.
Exactly. 3 books, and I can never remember which ones they are because
well, I know this one. There's a Deadpool one. There's a Spider-Man one. There is a it's kind of like a Alice in Wonderland one.
Yes, it's Grim Fairy Tales. What the hell? Internet's being slow.
That's all right. And then
actually, while I'm on Facebook, I just saw a thing saying that Heimdall is going to be in Avengers: Age of Ultron.
Ooh.
Yes, Heimdall and Loki will be in Age of Ultron.
At this point, with an Avengers movie or anything with Thor, you got to have Tom Riddle in there. He's just brilliant as Loki.
Tom Riddle?
Yeah, isn't that his name?
Hiddleston?
Is it Hilson?
I think so.
Not Ritalin. That's the medication you take in the morning.
I should be taking it, but apparently I'm not.
Okay, here we go. You got Wonderland, Clash of Queens, Age of Darkness number 5, Daredevil number something, and Superior Spider-Man number 3129 something. I don't know because I can't see the picture very good, but we have 3 comic books. They're on our Facebook page. Go check them out. I might actually just make like a little flyer forms this way. You can see them better, but give us a like on our page. We are up to 62 likes. That's 1 more like from last week, so I'm quite happy about that.
Yeah, so just get us to 100, and we're going to hit every milestone. We'll do a contest, or we'll do something for the fans and everything like that. So when we get to 100 likes, this will be our first contest, and then we're going to do another one at 150 once we get 50 more, and so on and so forth. So yeah, it's very easy to do. All you have to do is like the page, and you're pretty much answer a question, and you're entered to win. And it's nothing like, I'm the 100th person, I win. It's we're going to go and whoever has like the best answer, and they're not going to be like crazy comic books. Like some of them might be, but we might just have some funny ones. Like who do you think would win in a fight between the Four-Eyed Radio Network team versus the Avengers? Of course, probably Avengers because they all have superpowers, but you never know. But just random fun stuff like that. So and it doesn't cost you guys a thing. You just like a page. So you're already liking a bunch of pages anyways. Why not get something back?
And we always update our page with news articles and fun little things.
Oh yeah. So go ahead and check that out. And I'm done with anything to say. You got anything, Kyle?
I got our closing words if you want me to say those.
We can do that, but I will like to thank RJ for being our first guest, fan-wise, on the show. Thank you for taking the time out of your busy day to join us, and anytime you want to come back on, you're more than welcome.
Oh, thank you. Thanks for having me on.
Oh, anytime. Yes, Kyle, so take us away with those magic, fantastic words that I love to hear every week.
Longbox Cast. Too many issues for a short box.
You heard it here, kiddos. This has been another fine production of the 4i Radio Network. For more great shows, check out www.4iradio.com. Hey, Kyle.
Yeah?
You want to know why your Hulk figure is so sad?
Oh, no. Why?
Because he didn't whisper into his ear.
God damn it. The running gags on this show.